It's your boy Girl here, back with another video, and today I got a special video, guys, man. Today we're going to be doing a sparking tier list, or a tier list of all the regular sparkings that dropped in the game on their release. So I took a look at the LF one, and that, I feel like a lot of you guys kind of like that LF one when I did it on release and everything like that. So I'm gonna follow the same format with this. This is no Zenkai, so we're not talking about them when they're Zenkai. We're talking about when they first dropped into the game. The first time Legends dropped them into the game, how they impacted the meta. We're not talking about the Zenkais. I'm also going to give them like a month grace period, because sometimes characters drop preemptively for another character, so they can kind of like build that team comp, right? I'm also doing that as well. And then also I also want to explain like the evolution of the game. Some of these older characters are probably going to have some disadvantages and advantages, because the top characters in the games were regular sparkings, right? So like back in the day, it's all about regular sparkings. Those are like the highest rarity. But now, we're about to be 6 years into this game. We have higher rarities. We have LF characters. We have Ultra characters now. So these newer sparkings are probably going to have a disadvantage of being in the top tier, because to be like in this god tier, for me, you got to be the best character around your time. And like these regular sparkings, they're not going to be a regular sparking that's the best character in the game now. It's going to be Ultra or LF. So some of these characters are going to, you're going to see, like, you're going to notice some of the newer characters that drops are not going to be in the higher tier for the most part, unless there's kind of like that one outstanding regular sparkings. And also, they don't drop that many regular sparkings nowadays. Now it's like they drop more LFs than sparkings, like regular sparking characters. We usually get like one sparking character a month. Sometimes they drop LF characters and they don't even come with a regular sparking or Ultra, banners. That's probably it for the month. They don't drop no, like they don't really drop regular sparkings and banners as well nowadays, compared to back in the day. Sparking banners usually had 3 or 4 characters, so one of those characters is going to be very, very good. There's also going to be some characters that's going to be terrible, right? So you also got to take that into consideration. They don't drop that many sparking characters like they did compared to like the first year, the second year of the game. So also take that into consideration. We're talking about on release. We're not talking about Zenkais, none of that, right? So this is my sparking, list. I'm gonna scroll up. I'm gonna talk about a few characters. I'm not gonna talk about every character, because that's gonna be like a 10-hour video. I'm gonna talk about a few of these characters in these certain tiers, and without further ado, let's get straight to it. So the first one, I kind of want to talk about everyone in the trash tier, because like these characters in my eyes are like, alright, they're like bad. Like whoever took the time to really design this character should be bad also. And also I want to talk about is there was also game balances. Before Zenkais, they used to also do game balances, like balance changes. I'm not including that as well. I'm not going to talk about balance changes either, because they looked at the character, realized it was bad, and tried to fix them the first time they dropped into the game. So no balance changes, no Zenkais as well. So some of you OG players knows about balance changes. I'm not including balance changes either. So let's get straight to it. So Bootanks. Bootanks was weird because he was a character that like had a huge drop off when they dropped. Like he wanted to do a ton of damage, and after that he was just nothing. He was just bad. He was just bad. People, it was a laughing stock. As a region main, right? Like I couldn't defend him. I tried my best to defend him, just couldn't. Rage Vegeta, he was kind of the thing where like he wanted to be like this last stand character. When he loses allies, he gets stronger, but it just didn't work out for him. I'm not the biggest fan of those type of characters where like you need others to die and stuff. And around when the game was newer, they try to find ways of like nerfing characters, and I'm gonna give you guys a few examples into this videos of them actually nerfing characters. Then like as the game progressed, they didn't really care about balancing a character. But early in the game, they used to try to find ways of like, alright, this character does a lot of damage here, we gotta find like a drawback, like a double-edged sword type of character. Not the biggest fan of Vegeta. Pretty bad. Mr. Satan, Hercule, whatever you guys want to call him. Like, I mean, he was just more of like a gimmicky character. He dropped with yellow DKP. They even gave him a balance change. I think they actually gave him endurance in his balance change. I think balance update. I think the Burrow, he was a laughing stock. One of the only few characters to bring a green card. He had no teams. Like he literally has no tags. He has no tags. Majin Buu Saga wasn't even a thing. Don't know why they dropped him. Yellow Turles. I mean, if you guys watch Goresh, Goresh really just flamed this guy to oblivion. Goresh really flamed this guy to oblivion, man. He dropped what after second anniversary? I have no clue. They had this whole event for him and everything like that. They had him his own Awaken of Plat. Just didn't turn out good. Just didn't turn out. It didn't work. And then we got PyCon. If you guys seen that infamous clip, a lot of you guys have seen it in the community. I don't have the clip up, but there's an infamous clip where like PyCon pops the green card. He does his little like dance, whatever stance thing, and like you see Vegito pop. I left Vegito blue during the second ante, best character in the game, right? He pops the blue card, and after he's finished doing his little stance, he just gets one shots from the first light, like from full health, just gets one shot. It's hilarious. But like PyCon he was bad, bro. He was bad. They be doing my boy PyCon wrong. Like they been doing him wrong. That's why they had to drop PyCon with Gogeta, because it was like, damn, like we gotta add a fusion for to make him a little bit better, right? Like the PyCon revival PyCon. But every time they drop just a regular PyCon, it just does not work out for bro at all, man. He's a fake Piccolo, bro. Like that's what happens when you're a fake Piccolo. All right, Heart Virus Goku. We all know why he's bad, right? Like, I mean, he literally kills himself every time he lands a card. This is what I mean by like, they was trying to like give like downsides of characters back in the day, right? Like they actually wanted to like, dudes like have balanced characters. I didn't understand that. Yeah, they kind of, for the anime, every time he lands an attack or he's fighting, he depletes his health because what he did against Android 19 with Heart Virus and everything like that. They even gave him a balance change. He's one of the few characters that got a balance change where they actually try to make him like do a little bit more damage. I believe like at a certain timer count he doesn't get that Heart Virus thing, I believe. If I never used that character in a very long time, and then he starts to deplete. Then he better offensive prowess and all that stuff. Next we got Cooler. Cooler was bad. He also got a balance change. A lot of people does not know about this Cooler. This Cooler dropped with like one-handed Spirit Bomb Goku. I believe he dropped with another character. It was him, one-handed Spirit Bomb Goku, and it was another. Was it Purple Turles? I think it was those three together. And he was just bad, bro. They gave him balance change. He was terrible. He was terrible, bro. Just terrible. So those are all the characters for the trash. I'm gonna slowly roll up, scroll up, and everything like that. I'm gonna talk about some of these B characters. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like a lot of you guys might be questioning about this Red Majin Vegeta when he first dropped, and I'm gonna explain like the whole balance change, like kind of like the nerf that they used to do back in the day. But this Vegeta had crazy offensive powers, but his drawback was whenever he switches, your allies take more damage. Why would you want to bring that character to the battlefield? For him to do crazy damage, and every time he switches out, I believe your other allies took like 20 damage received. So you're like, alright, you going crazy with Vegeta, but you switch him out, your characters are just getting murked because just the debuff they're getting. And like 20, like that debuff was insane. Nowadays you have these, these debuffs like you can cancel it and stuff, but there was really characters that could cancel it, and 20% debuffs. I think it was 20%, 10 or 20%. That's a lot of damage that your allies are taking, and this is every time he swapped out for like 15 to 20 timer counts or something like that. He was one of those characters like a double edge. Like, all right, he's gonna do a lot of damage, but your drawback is you're risking your allies, defense in a sense. So that's like one of the characters that had like one of those nerf things. Like even this Trunks was someone that I think his strike damage hit hard, but they kind of want to play it more to the anime where his arch cost increased it. Like why? Like like of course, like yeah, he has a lot of power, but he can't hit. So they increased his card cost. Like it was just little things like that they used to do beginning of the game. Now they don't do it no more. They don't really do those like drawbacks. Really, they don't. They don't really care. They just want you to buy the character and make them broken as possible. Any other characters I kind of want to talk about here? All these other ones are like there really isn't none that I really want to talk about here. I don't know if there's anybody that's like here that like people might be questioning about. I don't think so. I think this tier is fine. Like Red Piccolo. This Vegeta. A lot of this Vegeta put him into trash. I don't think he was trash like that. Yeah, he like people got made fun of, but he, of course he has like a lot of restrictions. But I just don't think this guy's in the same tier as you. Can't put this Vegeta in the same tier. I just can't see it. Of course I made videos with this guy. Like he was okay. He wasn't bad. Of course he got like flamed and stuff, but he's not in. I don't think he's in the same tier as them. I can't. There's no way you're putting this Vegeta in the same tier as Deborah and Heart Virus Goku and Boo Tanks and that green metal. No, nah. He's at least a tier above. In my opinion, I think he's a tier above. So that's why I put him B. Excuse me. Anybody else here? I think everyone here is fine. Like like this Goku had like that drawback that I was gonna talk about. You pop the green and blue card, and he resets back to the Kaioken, and he's not as strong as he once was when he transforms. Yeah. Anybody else here? Like this Goku. I mean, like some people might think like this guy should be A. Don't really care. No one didn't really use him when he dropped with like Orange Piccolo and stuff. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Some people might have questions about him. He just, I know a lot of the Vegito fanboys are probably gonna be like, he should be higher. Like, nah, he just wasn't good. He wasn't good. And like, that Zamasu banner was not good. CMZ Corrupted Merge Zamasu, like, she was, man, like they tried to do too much, and then like he just did not live up to the standards at all. And he was blast based on the strike based future team-ish God Key. No, I put him B. Some people might put him A. It is what it is, but couldn't see it. So let's go up to A. So A, I don't know if there's anyone I want to talk about in A. I think maybe some people might want to put her a little bit higher, but I don't really be seeing none of the GT players like rocking her. It's really just G4, 17. You have a few Bull of Vegeta people that adds onto their thing, and then Spirit Bomb Goku. Like, maybe when there's like more powerful purples, you might see a few people bring the Pan Trunks Gero card, but I don't really be seeing them. I don't be seeing people really rocking them. I really see like it's usually like I said, 17, G4, and then Spirit Bomb Goku, and then Bola Vegeta, right? Because there is a good amount of greens in this meta, so like that Bola Vegeta card is pretty good, but I don't really be seeing people rocking her, so that's why I put her at A. Anybody else that they might question? Like I said, these are maybe this Goku, right? Maybe this Goku. They might want to put him a little bit higher. I just couldn't really see it. They just fumbled GT during that 3rd anniversary. I think the best GT character. I'm gonna show you guys, but the best GT character was not him. I think he had a nice AOE blue card and the double card draw speed, but it is what it is. Some people might question Beerus. I think Beerus was like a fun character, right? Like, you gotta like pop your green card so you can lock the revival character, then pop the blue card so you can nullify the revival. I think that was like a cool little gimmick, but like I just didn't really see nothing, about him like that. Some people might ask about like Omega Shenron, the red one from second Annie. Vegeta Blue literally was a direct counter. He was red, and he did extra. Vegeta did extra damage to Fusion Warriors. This Goku, like they just fumbled with the GT banner for the 2nd anniversary, so that's why I put them A. You didn't really see them in that meta. It was all future, God Key, and fusions. That's really the only team, and all those characters came from the other banner, right? So anybody else that I think people might question? Maybe this green Gohan. I just couldn't really see him like that. Like, he wasn't bad. I wasn't saying like he's terrible, but I just didn't really see him that much. I didn't really see him that much. He dropped with the LF perfect form cell, the new purple cell. Didn't really see him much there. Anybody else who they might question? I don't know. I don't think anybody will really question none of these characters. Maybe Purple Hit, but Purple Hit kind of just dropped with Clapku. I didn't really see no like rival universe type of team. Of course, he like nullified endurance and stuff, so that was nice. But I just didn't really see it. Anybody else? I think somebody might question. I think no one really wouldn't question any of these characters for real. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, I don't think no one will really question on these characters at all. So let's go to S. This is S. All right, so S characters, there's some better characters in there. I think the first person I want to talk about is Pan. I think the old Blue Pan, people might not really remember Blue Pan or when the game first came out, but she had like this type of like, I don't know if it was a glitch or an exploit, but she just got like her key recovery was insane, and she could just combo for like ever. I don't know if a lot of the OG players remember this blue regular Pan when she first dropped, but there was an issue with her where like the amount of key that she was able to recover was insane, and they literally had to like tone it down, just how insane that was. So that's why I put her S. Like I said, she was like one of the first 5 characters in the game. So like, saying like that's the reason. But like that issue was insane to me. That's something I wanted to talk about there. Any other characters I kind of want to talk about? I think this purple transforming metal cooler was insane. This guy, like, till this day, he still has one of like the craziest transforming stats. I think he has like over 200 base defense. He doesn't have a Zenkai yet, but I mean, every time he got hit, he was able to give support. This purple not metal cooler, but this purple final form cooler was pretty nuts. A lot of people don't know him, but he was nuts. Then you had like some solid characters like Tapion and like 17. I didn't think they was like bad, but I think like they did what they were supposed to do at the time for their team. So I respected them. Same with like Rose, Purple Piccolo, Light Skin Piccolo. They wasn't solid. They were solid. They were solid at the times that they was there. Like this Gamma 1, the reason why I put Gamma 1 over Gamma 2 is because Androids has always really been a blast based team. So like any strike based androids, for example, like him, and I think in Ada, for example, like they just will never really fit on the android side because they always been like blast based. So like when he dropped was pretty much near the tag droids. Him being green really helped. Like his vantage gauge was pretty insane. I just felt like I valued this guy a little bit more than Gamma 2, just because he's blast based, he's green protected. The tag droids, even though they could like go to the 18 side, do extra damage to blues, I just liked him as the more compared to Gamma 2. Any other characters like Zamasu was really good. Second anniversary, one of the few characters that had a strike cover chain, so like being able to somewhat had a chance to like stop a combo from VB or Kefla. And then, like I said, like he was part of their team as well. This Trunks wasn't that bad as well. I mean, he could reduce his sub count, so when you did Rise and Rush, you could just throw him out. I kind of value that. This Def Goku was really nice with that Sun Fam team, FSK, and then like the LF Goten, like that Sun Fam era was nuts before the first anniversary. Mai was pretty insane. There was this team, right? This is when there was a team where it was like her. I don't know, a lot of you guys are gonna remember this, but it was like her, Red Zamasu, Red Endurance Zamasu. I'm gonna show you guys, and then Green Piccolo. Green Piccolo got a balance change, and like that team the amount of healing that team had was ridiculous, pretty nuts. From my understanding, Golden Frieza and Green Buhan, I wanted to put them lower, right? Because you had like Super Vegito, then you had like that Super Saiyan Blue Purple Vegeta during the first anniversary, but they themselves was really, really good. Their colors kind of just hold them back, right? And it was kind of like the same treatment with this Omega Shenron, but so like that's why I guess I just put them S there, because like when if they wasn't facing them, they was cooking, but so I feel like I put them a little bit higher. I feel like I should have dropped them to A. I feel like, I don't know, I was kind of iffy. I feel like I should have dropped them a little bit lower. Any other characters I want to talk about for real? And not really. I think the Z Plus and the Z's are going to be really interesting in the God. I also have a God tier as well. So I mean, yeah, I think these characters are pretty fine. Like Clapku, this Vegeta is really good. There was like a green, yellow Saiyans team with him. This Goku here, the Transmission Goku, and then there's a character up there that I'm gonna talk about, which is why I value him. DKP was in the era where like there was like a full regen team. It was like him, Purple Janemba, Blue Kamikalo, Fat Boo, and I'm missing another character. But Red Cell was really good. So Birder, I think this is like I said, like this Slug was pretty good. Another regen meta with another character and stuff. I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah, nothing. I think this was pretty good. I think it's a pretty good tier. So now let's go to Z. So I want to talk about this green Piccolo because some people might be like, why is this green regular Piccolo so high? Is it biased, Green Rough, because Piccolo's your favorite character? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what people might be thinking. But I'm gonna explain to you this. If you guys was a OG player of the game, you guys would know that you wanted this character. You wanted this character for a specific reason. There's a character that's up top that I'm gonna talk about, but essentially everyone re-rolled to pull this Piccolo. Out of the 5 characters, Piccolo was the best character in the game. Not a lot of people know about that, but out of the red Super Saiyan Goku, the purple Scout Vegeta, blue Pan, yellow Pikkon, and this Piccolo was the best character in the game. So there was a time where Piccolo was the best character in the game. Now granted, it was 5 sparking characters, but he was the best character in the game. That's something that not a lot of characters can say that. I don't care if it was only 5 characters or 5 sparkings. Piccolo was, at one point in this game's history, the best character in the game. And everyone re-rolled for him because it's how crazy his defense was, and the healing that he gave to his allies, I believe, was insane. And then there's also, he was the best green to counter this certain character that I'm going to show you guys in the top. But Piccolo is Z tier. Literally, people, like, if you did not pull Piccolo, people would re-roll, like people would get another account and resummon so they can get Piccolo. They didn't care about Pikkon, Pan, Vegeta, or Goku. You have to re-roll your account until you pull him. That's how essential he was at the beginning of the game. Man, a lot of people are not gonna know that, but that's why I put him Z. All right, any other characters I want to talk about? This purple Trunks is really good, bro. Really powerful character. I just love like the transforming, and then when you pop his vein, he's able, like, just the amount of damage he was able to rack up was pretty nuts. Reason why I'm putting like a character like this Gotenks in here, this guy was bugged. You guys know I think he has an ultimate card, right? And in part of the ultimate card is a 30% chance to faint. And for the longest, I think for like a year or 2 years, this guy was glitched out to where every time he landed that ultimate card, it was 100% faint. And the devs didn't know that for a year straight. Same like with Light Skin Piccolo, where he was bugged with his slice damage. This guy for a year or 2 years had 100% faint every time you land the ultimate card. Every time. With a meta where he was with LF Super Vegito, and he can guarantee you a feint, and he can just rise and rush you, like a guaranteed like feint. That's nuts. And he was bugged out. But I have to rank that because they didn't notice that glitch until a year or 2 years in. Insane. I put Kiawe high because like she was just a really good character for that uni rep team. I felt like she was really valuable. Double vanish every time she entered the battlefield is nuts. Taking away vanish. She was a really good character. Very good character. It's the reason why I rank LF UI Goku Rev UI very, very low, because she was just a better green. I've seen way more people in the top ranks using her instead of Rev UI. That says a lot about Rev UI as a revival character. And people are saying that he's better than Piccolo, Orange Piccolo, when you had a regular Sparking that took his place. Y'all ain't ready for that discussion. Revival Frieza, that time where LOE was very powerful. They had like the LF Frieza with his plaid, and then him, and then the Golden Frieza. You gotta respect him, put him Z. This Bojack was really nuts. Him and Revival Gohan was really nuts in that third Annie. Insane character, gives nice support and all that good stuff there. Godo and Raccoon, the tag, really powerful sparking character. really good. They did a really good card with them for sure. Like they was a really tanky character. Then you had like someone like Ribrianne. A lot of people don't know about Ribrianne, but she's one of the few characters that had a lock in, and then like her at last stand was pretty insane, especially around the time where FSK, the first time FSK dropped, was really powerful. So she was like a blue character and could lock them in and like do a lot of damage. So a lot of people don't really know about that Ribrianne, but this was like before the first anniversary. She was really powerful. Someone else I want to talk about is Chi-Chi. The reason why I rank Chi-Chi that high because she dropped near with Ribrianne, right? One of her unique abilities is literally like 80% damage to Sunfam. So she went type neutral, so she could deal with purple LF Goten. She could deal with FSK. She could deal with the purple Super Saiyan Gohan. She could deal with Deathku right here, right? Because Sun Family was insane before the first anniversary, so she was a really hard counter for them. Type neutral as well. You gotta give respect to Chi-Chi. Anybody else? Red Cell was really nice when he first dropped. Androids was really good. It was like him and the OG Android 16 and Purple 17. That was a really nice Android team. You also had 18 here, but the problem with 18 is her Z ability was for female warriors instead of androids. Don't know why they did that. It was like a terrible Z ability. Like, so like your best colors was Purple 17, this guy, and then Cell. Cell did extra damage to Super Saiyans. You had some good Super Saiyans at the time. You had like this guy here, you had this guy here, you had like Super Saiyan Goten, you had like Super Saiyan Super Vegeta. You had some good like powerful Super Saiyans at the time. So Cell did his thing. I think he had a chance of fainting as well. His ultimate card was pretty powerful. One of the few characters that had an ultimate card at the time. And if you had an ultimate card at the time, that was like kind of like a power creep, because not every character had an ultimate card. Next we have who I want to talk about next. Like I said, I think Ooh was one of the better GT characters around that third anniversary. I think he was the best one, right? Like it was like him, and then you can say like Zenkai Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then this Vegeta. Super 17 was okay. Zenkai Super 17. Whis wasn't bad, just the green card funneling, especially with that red purple androids, tag droids, him, and then MUI. So I kind of ranked them very high there. This Vegeta wasn't the best, just a really good yellow Saiyan support, like just annoying. I hated him. Toppo was really powerful with UI sign, Goku endurance. Every time he gets hit, support. There was even a time where people was rocking Vados, him, and then like Zenkai 18 like a year later, which was insane, and that team just worked. I don't know how it worked, but it just worked. Zamasu was pretty solid. The support that this Goten gave for Zenkai FSK was a problem before Future Gohan dropped. This red transformer Gotenks was really valuable, was really strong. The only reason that kind of hurt him was Zenkai VB, but like before he dropped like a month, I think he dropped May with Kefla, and like this guy's damage output was ridiculous. It was insane. Other than that, like I said, Vados, I feel like I kind of talked with some of the characters I wanted to talk about here. I think this new 16 is really powerful, so I wanted to put him Z. He can nullify endurance like for like 60 timer counts, which is insane. Uncancelable too. Like you can't just there isn't like Ultra Kid Buu can't like stop his endurance nullification because it's uncancelable. It's nuts. I think that's one of the first characters. Oh no, he's not one of the first characters, but you didn't really see that ability, right? Like UVB, UGB, they can get theirs canceled, but like this guy has uncancelable. Like that's pretty insane. You don't really see that ability nowadays as much as you used to. Like yellow hit, purple hit, a few of those characters, like some of the LF Rosés and the Final Form Friezas and all that good stuff there. So anyone else I want to talk about? This Vegeta, very powerful. I really feel like his locking was pretty much like the main thing about him. Just snipe twice. Other than that, yeah, let's go to Z plus. So when I was talking about okay, these are the Z plus. So these are the Z plus characters. So when I was talking about the Piccolo thing situation, it was because of this Broly. This Broly was insane. I think he was the first character to drop, like the next banner after the first 5 to drop. And like this Broly was ridiculous, and you needed Piccolo. Piccolo was literally the best counter for Broly because he was the only green sparking in the game. Your defensive green So you had like he was literally the best wall for this Broly. Even though Broly was still ridiculous, usually you would just run like blue, purple, green. For the most part, you was going to rock like the Scouter Vegeta. I should put the Scouter Vegeta a little bit higher. I don't know where I put him. I think I should put the Scouter Vegeta to S. Probably gonna put him to S because you was really just rocking. For the most part, you really was just rocking him, Piccolo, and then like the purple Vegeta, just so you can counter. So for the most part, you're going to see like a mirror match for the most part because of that issue there. So, yep. Oh no, you guys seen the God tier? Damn, y'all guys seen the God tier, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Pretend that you guys ain't see that. But next we got like Yellow Hit. Yellow Hit was insane. The amount of damage Yellow Hit, the crit stuff that he was doing was nuts. Insane. He dropped. It was like a yellow blue team with him, this Frieza here, and then Namek Goku, bro. I don't know how that team worked, but the team worked and it was insane. Revival Cell was, the first character with Revival. At the time, he dropped with Zenkai 18 and then Zenkai 16. That team was really powerful, bro. Like nice color wheel as well. Androids was insane with that trio there. Insane. He also was part of a future team with where's that Vegeta at? This Vegeta, him, and then there's a God tier character that I'm gonna talk about. This Golden Frieza was nuts, bro. Like just the AO, just like the damage he was outputting was nuts. His blue card was insane. That LOE team was ridiculous, and this guy was, I hated him. When I used him though, I was having a great time, but man, this guy was powerful. Purple 21, just like her stat spread was nuts. Transforming strike attack unit, and then she was an HP buffer for region. The only not the only, was he the only HP buffer for region? She was nuts, and then she also had like that blue support 21 to amplify her damage. She dropped before second Annie. Like she was kind of like that missing piece for region, so she kind of dropped with Super Baby 2. LF Piccolo, and then Zenkai Fat Boo. So those four characters together was pretty nuts. I'll say that for sure. Bardock is interesting. I was thinking about putting him the God tier, but I just felt like just the fact of his crits. So I didn't know, and I'm gonna give you guys. There's another character that's in God tier, and like it's kind of like they're in the same boat, right? They're in the same boat. Like for what they did for the matters that they was on. So I didn't know I wanted to put Bardock to God tier just because of his support. Because I mean he wasn't a bad character. I'm not talking about Zenkai Bardock like when he first dropped. Like just that crit was insane. So I don't know if I should put him to God tier because of that. Because this other character kind of did something similar, but that character alone was also very powerful, like by herself. So me just saying herself, you guys might know who it is, and you guys probably seen it. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he was just a powerhouse. Like just when he first dropped, just the amount of damage he was doing was ridiculous. Jiren, I mean the fact that people was really arguing that Jiren was better than Go Frieza when they first dropped. Looking back to it now, I definitely agreed because before Go Frieza's buff, like people was rocking yellow blue with Kid Buu, him, and then that 17. That team was pretty nuts. I mean, the person that went rank 1, Tom, actually won with that Kid Buu, yellow Jiren and 17. So I had to put him Z plus. So he deserved it. Ginyu Z plus. I mean, the amount of card draw speed when he turns into the Ginyu Goku is pretty insane. I mean, and the fact that he's battling with these LF characters, and then he's battling with these Ultra characters, you gotta give Ginyu Goku his respect. Red Bardock was insane, especially when he was last stand and he transformed. He locks you in. He goes type neutral against blues, I believe. He dropped with LF Frieza. LF Frieza, they had that dual banner where it was like LF Yellow Piccolo. You had Fiku, you had Green Raditz, and then on the other banner it was Purple Frieza and him. And then he had those EX Team Bardock characters on that banner. This guy was insane. Saiyans was really powerful at the time because it was him. You had Super Saiyan 3 Shallot, and then you had that yellow free-to-play Kid Goku. And that trio was nuts. That Saiyan trio was nuts. Because Zenkai Yellow Legends Road Goku was a problem. A lot of people, like, that character was a problem. If you guys know about the Zenkai Legends Road Goku was a problem. He gave support, he had endurance, he had it all. He had last man standing buffs. And then you had him. And then you also had Super Saiyan 3 Charlotte. That Saiyan team was nuts. It was insane. And the fact that 2 of those characters were free to play, and all you had to do was just, you know, summon for him and get, like, you know, maybe like 2 copies. Like, that was a top tier team at the time. Red Rose, the fact that just like that debuff thing was insane. He paired up with the green Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Those two together was pretty nuts. That duo was nuts. And then, like I said, he giving the enemy debuffs like that. It was kind of unheard of getting debuffs like that. And that Red Rose, I feel like he deserved to be Z+. Yellow Vegito. He dropped. I don't remember if he dropped in like February, but it was like a reveals and stuff where he dropped with like Broly and Chilai. And then, you know, like 2nd anniversary came along, and then you had like him, right? You had like, you know, for, like I said, for the Fusion Warriors team, you had him, you had Green Kefla, and then you had UVB. This guy was able to get his Vanish, I believe. He had to pop a green card before he transformed to get some extra stats. That blue card, I love that blue card animation that he has when he transforms. Does his green card is the one that does the pushback when he's a Super Saiyan? I believe so, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, he was just really powerful for that Fusion Warriors team at the time. I mean, him, Kefla, and what's his name was a problem. Was a problem for sure. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, bro. I mean, him with Super Baby 2. Super Baby 2 is right there, just like. And then that Vegeta, that GT trio was insane. The only thing why I put Vegeta at Z is just because Vegeta was blast base. You know, like strike base was always favored and stuff like that. But this Goku was insane. I mean, then he also could be ran with like Sun Fam as well. So he just had a little bit more on the edge compared to that Vegeta. Super Saiyan Blue Goku, bro, just like that character was nuts. When he first dropped, I mean, every time, like, he was just a really good card. Just a really good card. When he first anniversary. Green Goten. A lot of people don't know about Green Goten. He paired up with one of the god tier characters that's up on this list. And like, there's like something in his ability where if you have all blast cards in your hand, his next strike card would do like 200 plus damage. And if he was able to do that, and like just the card draw speed he was able to get, I mean, well, by the time like sidestepping, you know, doing that sidestep thing, it was like every character had like card draw speed, and then they kind of like lowered the like speed, I guess, and they made card draw speed a mechanic instead of something that you just did. So it was like everyone kind of had like built-in card draw speed, but then they lowered like the speed of when cards pull up to your deck, and they made the mechanic card draw speed. And then the first character to have that, I'm gonna show you guys because he's in God tier. Yellow Cell was insane. The only thing that hurt Yellow Cell was just because of FSK, but just the amount of like just how he aged is pretty insane. And then, like I said, Region was really good. I think it was like him. You had Green Piccolo with his balance change. You had Blue Slug, so you had somewhat of a blue. You had a pretty solid blue character to deal with, to like, you know, slow down FSK. Right, he had that little grab pool thing and all that. That was a nice Region team. There was another Region character I can't remember, but I just remember these three was a nice little team. And then also Red Zamasu. That's one forget it. Red Zamasu with his endurance. This Region team was really nice. Balance Change Piccolo, Blue Slug, him, and then you had this Zenkai Endurance Zamasu. Everyone hated this character. So many people hated this character. Super Gogeta, part of the Holy Trinity. Gotta respect it. Blue Gogeta, DBS Gogeta. He was part of that amazing first anniversary fusion team. Him, you had the Yellow Gotenks and LL Super Vegito. Can't really say much about him, like just transforming stats, and then that blue card, powered up blue card. He was ridiculous to deal with. And then he was backed by LL Super Vegito. You wasn't bringing a green to deal with him. Just wasn't. This Vegeta was just really powerful, bro. I mean, the support that he gave for LFVB, because he literally dropped the next banner that dropped after VB was them. I think it was him and this red Goku here. Where you at? No. Where's that Goku at? And this Goku here. You wanted to bring in this Goku because you wasn't really bringing no reds in when LFVB was around. But this guy's support was nuts. His support was insane. Death buffs. And then he also was on a team where he's with a god tier character. It was him, Revival Cell, and then you guys should know there's a god tier. But you guys, if you haven't noticed, you probably seen it, and you've seen it. Bojack, I mean, he has the best cover change in the game history. Paired up with another god tier character, but also he was paired up with this Vegeta. So you guys know about the movies Trinity. You guys will know who's that character that's up there. But Bojack, unlimited cover change. Like, we never had any character like that. I think they're so scared of his cover change that they don't even want to Zenkai him. Because if movie gets hot at the right time with these like new premium characters, and then you give this guy like a Zenkai, like, I know a lot of characters nowadays has like the whole nullification to cover change and stuff, but I mean, still though, like, unlimited cover change, like, of course he had the little drawback where some of your allies take a little bit of damage, but the damage you're going to take from that combo is going to be way more than that. So that was like a nice sacrifice in the sense of damage sacrifice, because the damage he's going to do with his allies when he does that little cover change is going to be less than the combo that they was going to give him. So gotta respect the Super Baby 2. The reason why I ranked them super high, like GT, like I said, the GT trio, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Goku, then him, and then he was part of that the most toxic region team. Him, LF Piccolo, Zenkai Fat Poo. I said Fat Poo, Fat Boo, and then you had the Zenkai Purple 21. This character alone is the reason why there's damage dealt at the end of the match. So if a match goes through the 180 timer counts, and you can see like who has the most damage, they implemented it because of him. Since he had no restriction of his healing, he was able to keep healing. Him and Fat Boo and LF Piccolo, like that trio, the amount of healing that they're able to amplify, because LF Piccolo increases health restoration. This guy constantly heals, and then Fat Boo has a main ability that heals. Those trio together was able to impact the game where they needed to do the damage dealt thing if the timer counts doesn't go all the way. If it goes all the way through, then they calculate, all right, who did the most damage to each other. That's because of that region team. And also I was going to say something else. And like I said, and before that, if the timer count went all the way to 180 timer counts, it was a draw. So that means, just imagine playing a region team like that constantly is healing. You play for 6 minutes, having to deal with them, trying to survive, where this team can double rush you and all that stuff. You know you did more damage to the team, but they're just healing it back up. And after 6 minutes wasting of your life, the game is over and it's a draw. You gain no RP. You just wasted 6 minutes of your life dealing with this stressful region team. This is why that region team gives so many people PTSD. So many. And they have to implement it because of him. He was part of the reason. And like I said, him on that region, and then like the GT team, he was on 2 super valuable teams. Kefla, I mean, I don't really need to explain it. I mean, her and VB, just the amount of cards they was able to cycle through. Blast Armor, had a chance of faint with her ultimate. I hate her. I mean, like, the cards were endless between them two. VB and her, the cards were endless. She impacted the game with VB because at the time you can only cover change one time. Just imagine playing PvP right now, and like I don't know, think of like Captain Ginyu, for example. Like, he's just doing a lot of damage. You switch early and you're not able to cover change at all. You can't cover change. You can only cover change one time per combo, I guess, in a sense. And he's just doing damage, card draw speed. And that's what this team was doing, bro. You had to be so cautious with that cover change. But it was so heavily favored for the offensive. So if you was just doing your combo, the defensive person had to like know when was the right time to cover change. Because if they cover change early, that character is stuck. and say you go with a purple, then I could just go with, I can go to this guy. I can cover change. I can switch out more than you can cover change. You can only switch out with one character. I can switch multiple times. So if you cover change early with, say for example, like this purple Zamasu, all right, you know, like I said, I start out with VB, then I go to Kefla, do a little bit more damage. Then you throw in this guy early, right? Say I do a blast card. You thought it was gonna be a strike cover change. You guessed wrong. I could go to this guy and I could just do my extra damage, pop my main ability, get my blue card, do a damage. Or I could just rise and rush this character, and you can't switch out because you already swapped once. So she was part of the team, which was the reason why they had to do multiple cover change, because the game was like, people were just sick of it. You couldn't cover change multiple times, but the offense can. Like, they can switch multiple times, but not the defense. Ridiculous. Now, let's get to the Z tier. Let's wrap this video up, man. I think I talked about everybody here, right? Yeah. So let's go to the Z tier. And there's only 6 characters, man. So let me explain all these characters and why I put them God tier. Okay. All right. Green Bardock. A lot of people don't know about Green Bardock, but for the people that was an OG player, Green Bardock was the first character to introduce the 10-second lock-in mechanic. And when that was a thing, people literally thought the game was dead. Like, they literally thought the game was going to die because of that lock-in. Because it was 10-second lock-in? Like, what are you supposed to do? This guy was an offensive powerhouse. He can lock whoever he wanted to, and just in those 10 timer counts, he was going to kill a character. Because just how offensive power, like just how offensive, how powerful he was offensively, he was going to kill somebody. You couldn't bring a purple. The reason why you couldn't bring a purple is because, I mean, there wasn't really no powerful purples when he dropped. A couple months later, you know, I'm gonna talk about him. But yeah, like a powerful team where the green, yellow, where you had him, this Vegeta, and then you had this Goku. That green, yellow team, lock-in mechanic. Like, if you guys played when he first dropped, like those videos where people like, yeah, this game's gonna die because this was like a dumb mechanic. Like, you can't play the game. Like, this guy's overly, like, super broken. And I believe he was kind of like one of the first characters. He was kind of like that first broken character, like the game seen. Of course, we start seeing more of it now, like hindsight 2024. We have multiple broken characters, but he was like that first character that was like, hold on now. Because remember, at the time, think about it. At the time, they was trying to like balance every card. Remember, I was talking about, for example, like this Trunks, right? Like, they increased his card cost, right? Because even though he did a lot of strike damage, they increased card cost. I believe he had like a 31 card cost or something like that when you pop his main ability. You had all these characters that had like these like drawbacks and stuff. And remember when I told you early in the game, that's what they was kind of doing, like the Heart Virus Goku, and so they was actually trying to make it like anime accurate and everything like that. And this character just comes out of nowhere with really no drawbacks, and he had this insane new broken mechanic. Like, it was kind of the first time. It was like he was like the first like predecessor. Like, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but he was the first of that kind, of being just a straight broken character. So it kind of just threw everybody off. It was like, wait, what? Like, wait, hold on, what? And then now, so if you guys knew about that Bardock, that's why I put him God tier. A lot of people not gonna know about him. So, but if you played. Like, I hated it too. I thought the game was gonna die. I tried to summon to get him. I couldn't. I didn't pull him. I was mad. Like, you couldn't deal with him. He's just too powerful. So, even if you tried to color counter, it just didn't work. Just the lock-in was insane. And like, this Vegeta was very, very good. I should have put Vegeta this Z. Not gonna lie to you. I think I should put him higher, but just the only thing I heard him was he's just blast. He was blast based, but. That green, and then this guy with the counter and stuff, it was just annoying. But this guy was insane. Next, we got like Green Rose. Green Rose is just a very powerful card. Like this trio right here, Red Revival Cell, then him, and then this Purple Vegeta. Like, this Rose could literally just combo for days. And it was for some reason every time he popped a green card, he just got more green cards. He literally just can combo forever. And this guy was just insane. Really insane. He was just an insane character. I hated dealing with him whenever he started to get rolling. Like, there wasn't nothing that you could do. This was after the 2nd anniversary, right? Right, yeah. And then he dropped, yeah. So he dropped October. This cell dropped September. And this guy was still usable. So that was just a really powerful team. And I just had to put him God tier. Now, for the next one, Pan. A lot of guys, this is like the character that I was kind of like comparing to with this Bardock. Now, the only reason why I put Pan in God tier is because she was literally, first of all, she was free. Like, you could literally, like, when you played during that Beast Gohan time, like, if you logged in a couple of days, I believe you was able to get her to like 1 star. So everybody that played was able to get a copy of her. That helps. 2, like, she was the 2nd best character in the game. Just because of what she did to Beast. And like, yeah, oh, she was red, but like, she can go type neutral, like, for 60 timer counts. So, you know, she can go type neutral against the best character in the game. Hybrids had the pure equipment. She just amped Blue Beast Gohan. Like, she had the debuffs as well, so like she could reduce your combo and stuff. Which is why I put her on another tier compared to Bardock. Now, granted, Bardock, like, he amped his other teammates, but you know, I just felt like I just felt like she was on another tier compared to Bardock. It's hard for me to explain, but I feel like she just had more. She had more to her side. She even had like debuffs for the enemy. She just had more on her kit. She was easily accessible because as long as you logged in for a couple of days, you was able to get a free copy of her. So everyone had her. HPZ ability. It's like little things like that. Like, she just had the edge over Bardock, in my opinion, which is why I put her God tier. Yellow Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, man. One of the other characters that had the lock in. I mean, AoE green card, blue card was insane. This guy's thing, like, his mechanic is dumb because it's like he transforms, he locks you in, and while he locks you in that first time, I believe like his timer count is like 5 timer counts. So he's able to get the blue card when he locks you in. And that blue card just did so much damage, bro. AoE green card, I believe he had an AoE green card. Part of the movie's Trinity with him, Bojack, and then this blue Vegeta. It was ridiculous, bro. It was ridiculous. I hated that meta. A lot of people don't really remember that movie's Trinity, but I mean, a nice color wheel there too. Him, this Vegeta had blast armor. Charge for a blue card. He was a really good card. And then you just have Bojack just cover changing endlessly. So he could just snipe one of your characters, and then like whenever you get a combo, he just stops it. Not a lot of characters at the time nullify cover change. I don't think there really was a ability like that, right? Because this is after the 1st anniversary. I don't really know those characters that had that ability. I don't remember who was the first character to have it. But I don't know. I think the first person that probably had it was like VB with his ultimate card. LFVB. But like no one didn't have the notification to special cover change. Like, you know, so and this guy was just insane. You couldn't stop him. Like, you brought a red, and then he can snipe he could just lock the red in, and then you just bring him, and then he just kills. It was ridiculous, bro. That movie Trinity was ridiculous. If you guys played at that time, it was dumb. He's not the only Gohan in here. Got purple Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. This character was the reason why this character is at the last. He was absolutely insane. The hybrids meta when he dropped was nuts. Him, this green Goten, and then you had that yellow Trunks. And just the amount of damage this guy, he was insane. I pulled him too, and he was absolutely ridiculous. Nuts. Really ain't much to say, but he was ridiculous, bro. At the time, it was really more of like a hybrids versus androids type of meta. That was really like the second best team to compete with the hybrids, was androids, where it had this, this Cell, and you had this guy, and then 16, and people just brought yellow 18 to slow this person down. But no character was really slowing this Gohan down. Even if he was yellow, no one was really slowing him down. That was probably might have been the biggest weakness of this hybrids team. They didn't really have like the best red. Their main red was the red Trunks here. Where is he at? I don't know where he's at. Where is that red Trunks at? It's the red Trunks that dropped with him. I don't know where he's at. I feel like I'm missing him somewhere. He's somewhere around here, bro. I gotta find him. Actually, now I gotta find him. Nah, I can't find him. Trunks. Yeah, I can't find him. But you guys know. No, like, where did he go? Red Trunks. I don't know. But it's the red Trunks. It's red Super Saiyan Trunks. The first one. I don't know where he is. I feel like I'm missing him, bro. I feel like you guys are like, yo, he's right there, Ruff. He's right there. I can't find him. I'm literally blind. Yeah, I'm blind. Yeah, I can't find him. It is what it is. I don't feel like looking for him. But it was like red Trunks. Red Super Saiyan Trunks. The first red Super Saiyan Trunks. He dropped with the same banner. But yeah, but this guy was ridiculous, bro. He was insane. I hated him. And now we're dealing with an Ultra Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, right? And then God tier. The number one best character is Broly. When I was explaining to you guys about that card draw speed nerf, he was the first character to have it. They gave this guy that card draw speed mechanic, I believe. He's one of the, he's not the first character, but he's one of the first characters to have blast armor. I believe the blue pod Frieza here was one of the first characters. Him or either the EX pod Frieza. One of those two characters I think had the first blast covered the blast armor. I think he's the first character to have card draw speed. I believe he was the first transforming character that we had in the game. Believe he's the first transforming character. And I believe he's also the first character to go type neutral. So he had 3 of the first mechanics in the game. Then he had blast armor. And people don't realize what blast armor at the time. Why blast armor was more ridiculous back then compared to now is because, say for example, you vanish, right? You lose your vanish gauge. If an opponent attacked you and he used blast armor, he got his vanish back. Nowadays, if you vanish and then maybe they switch to another character and they attack and you do the blast armor, you still don't have your vanish, right? But this guy, but blast armor at the time, you could get your vanish back. So this Broly had a better blast armor now, back then compared to now, where he could get his vanish back. He could go type neutral. I think he was the first character to do that. I think he was the first transforming character, and then he was the first character to have that card draw speed thing. They nerfed. One of the reasons why this hybrids team went away is because they kind of nerfed like that card draw speed. So you couldn't chain, and that what made that hybrid team insane, because they was able to chain cards and they had high strike attack damage. So they kind of nerfed the hybrid team, taking away that card draw speed that they normally got when you just sidestep. And then they nerfed that and they gave it to this guy. Yeah, so he was a character that had a lot of things that that a lot of people that characters when he was around didn't have. Transforming, type neutral, card draw speed, and then he was one of the few characters that had blast armor, so he could get his vanish back whenever he wanted to. And I believe he's one of the few characters, if not the only character, that has a transforming unit that has an ultimate card. I believe he's one of the. He might be still the only one, a transforming character with an ultimate card. He might be the only one still. Don't quote me on that though, but he might be still the only one that that's a transforming character with an ultimate card. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. That's my rankings. Comment down below who you guys think should be higher. like I said, for these God tier ones, I really want it to be very restrictive. Like, I don't want a lot of characters in that God tier. Like, it should be a very select few. But you know, like for the case for Super Baby, you can make him God. But like BoJack or what he did, you know, Kefla, but it was because they had another top tier unit. You know what I'm saying? So like Kefla, like maybe for that I could have put her God tier because of LV, but I'm also considering that as well. So you know, it's kind of tough. But I also wanted to make the God tier really, really like select. Like I don't want to be like, oh, you know, oh, God tier, God tier, God tier, God. No, 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 no. So I wanted to make it very. That's why I added God tier. Cause there's no point of having like 30 people in God tier. That's why I created Z plus, and God is like, all right, these people are like they transcended at that time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know if I'm gonna drop this video before the Ultra one or not, so this might be before or after the Ultra one, the Ultra tier list. I don't know. I'm still kind of, since Ultra Gohan dropped, I kind of have to give it a little bit some time just to watch more videos of him and just see how he compares. And that Ultra one is pretty tough. Like that tier list, I'm trying to think of like who would I put God and all that God tier and Z plus. It's pretty tough. But yeah, that's been this is like my Sparking one on release. No Zenkais, no balance change. Understanding that the game has evolved, so these newer characters, they don't really drop that many regular Sparkings nowadays compared to did back then. Also, these newer Sparkings are also having to deal with LFs and Ultras compared to some of these Sparkings where the Sparkings was the highest rarity. So understand that as well, that the game evolution, understand that, you know. So hope you guys enjoyed this video though. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been your Gorilla, man, and I'm out. Peace.